beginning of what I call the City Hall series, where we're focusing on mayors or people who are in charge of local government administration and town halls in Lagos State. I know in England there are boroughs, in America there are also city councils, in Nigeria there are local government. And I have on the show today a brother, a friend, someone I consider one of the finest local government chairperson in this administration. Before you meet this person, let me show you this video. And then after that, you can tell me if you agree with my observation. Please watch this video.
At Ikoyi-Obalende LCDA, it's not just about fighting COVID-19. If you check, thing is people, service, and integrity. We're focused on the people. We're focused on giving out quality service, and at the same time, the integrity of our key personnel. So for me, it's just let's just put in the work, make sure we do what we have to do. Politics aside, it's not going to take us anywhere. Let's fight this thing together. For all of the things that we've distributed, we've not said you're an Hausa man, you're an Igbo man, you're a Yoruba man, or you're from this party, party A or party B. We need to do this thing together. Everybody from whatever party that they come from, whatever party anybody's in, we make sure that it gets to everybody. So for today, we decided to focus on the kids, and we got it wise to give the kids vitamin C drinks. Um, 8,000 packs for the kids, and we can see, like 40 to 50% of the work. So not just that, and today we did a dry run for our feeding program as well, and that's to feed 1,000 residents daily within the community. It's been tough for everybody. These people are people that are used to buying food roadside, and they even can't afford to buy those things anymore, because what they do every day is they work daily, and from what they get daily, they're able to buy food for themselves and they defend for themselves. But that has not been possible for obvious reasons, and we decided to touch them today, make sure that they get all of these things today. So tomorrow, April 20th, 2020, we commence fully 1,000 food packs to 1,000 people, just to support the drive of the state government. The state government is doing a lot. I must commend the efforts of our governor, Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu. He's put in so much work, he's put in so much time, he's put in so much, resources. And I just want to pray for him that God continues to be with him, God continues to guide him and strengthen him as well.
We thank Fuad Atanda, the chairman of this constituency. He has been doing a lot, ensuring that we are not only staying at home, being hungry, ensuring that food and the necessary items to keep us alive, which is because hunger will even kill more people than the COVID-19 itself. So we say a very big thank you to the chairman.
God will continue to keep Nigeria strong. God will continue to keep us together, because as a nation, we can do a whole lot together. United we stand, divided never.
Ladies and gentlemen, Fuad Atanda, my brother and friend. Mr. Chairman, good to see you. How are you? Sure, Mr. Chairman, can you hear me clearly?
Yes, I can now. Yes, it's just a bit.
Excellent.
Yes, I can. I can hear you too.
Welcome on CovInspiration. It's really great to have you. And I must confess, you're one of the beacon that a lot of young people are looking up to. And being a young person and being one of the youngest mayor, let me use that word, in Lagos State, and in particular one of the richest local government, the Eyebrow Society of Lagos. Do you feel under pressure that you have a burden to not just yourself but a generation? Do you feel under pressure?
Thank you, Dayo. Thanks for having me on your show. It's been very wonderful watching you, do this over the period of the lockdown, and I must commend your efforts. And for me, it's two things. And the first one is we had two options. One was to accept the conditions as they exist, or number two was to accept the responsibility for changing them. And we've chosen the latter at Ikoyi-Obalende LCDA, and that is to change things, the things that we don't like, the things that we want to see. Because I believe I represent more than the country's half of the country's population, which is the youthful side of the population now. And that cap, that shoe is a very heavy one. And for me, I believe that I have to deliver on all fronts when it comes to the social amenities, from education, from infrastructural development, from the health sector. I know I just have to deliver, because for me, it's about putting in the work. Because I believe that the more I do, the more opportunities I'm able to create for the younger generation. This is an opportunity to serve, and I believe that if I do well, I'm opening up doors to other, youths coming behind to do same. But God forbid we're not able to deliver on our campaign promises. We're not able to deliver on our parties and manifesto. Then it becomes a problem that even at the local government level, that you're not able to do anything. Then it becomes a problem that, so who's going to change this country? Who's going to change the narrative? Then begs the question again, can the youth do it? But for us at the Ikoyi-Obalende LCDA, I keep saying for us because it's a teamwork, it's a team effort. I'm the chairman of local government, but I've got people working with me. I've got councillors, I've got supervisory councillors, I've got like SAs, I've got the civil servants, working with us just so that we can, drive that thing called development across all sectors of our own local government. So, and for me, I want to say it has worked. The last 3 years has been work for us. There's been no days off for us at Ikoyi-Obalende LCDA. It's about giving back to the community, giving back to the society, giving back to the people that need us. We are the closest to the grassroots, and we are the ones that can come to. No one can run to Abuja to say, I want to say Mr. President, but they can run to the local government to say, I want to say Mr. Chairman, because I believe that the chairman is responsible for most of the basic things that we need. We talk about drainage, we talk about health, primary health care centers, we talk about road infrastructure, so education, So for me, it's about giving back to the community, giving back to the society, because society has given so much to us, and I believe that if we are not able to do the things that we promised, then it becomes a problem. And God forbid we're not able to deliver on these promises, then it affects so many things. It changes so many things. And for me, it's about work. This is an opportunity to serve. And I do not take it for granted. I love my job. I love what I do at the local government. And because I'm also trying to create other avenues for people that are coming behind me as well. So I don't want to, spoil that opportunity. I want to say, if Fuad has done well here, let's give to this person or this set of people the same opportunity to see what they can do as well. And I believe that we've done that. And with God on our side, I know we're definitely going to do more. Are you with me, Dayo?
So a lot of times we've spoken about people who yes, can you hear me?
It's a bit distorted.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can now. Yes, I can. Yes.
Okay, I think I have a bit of a connection challenge. Let me change Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can. Yes, I can. Yes.
But I think you lost me. I lost you for a second. That was my internet connection. I apologize about that. That's amazing. And there's the challenge. Can you still hear me?
Very well, very
Can you
well
hear me
said.
clearly?
Clearly.
Okay, so there's a challenge that a lot of young people have gone into public office and they have a bit of a challenge, maybe because of performance. We've had someone who was a former Speaker of the National Assembly that was considered young as well. There was also a senator who was also in the House of Rep, very popular, sings and dance. And people say, look at that person. Wasn't he young? Look at what he's doing. And there is also the governor in North Central Nigeria that people say, oh, I thought this was a young person. Why is he doing like this? So people measure us with, when it comes to young people who are in leadership, that are not performing well. But you are a beacon of hope. What drives you? What makes you want to be successful in leadership and to be different?
Thank you, Dayo. Two things, and I'll say to you again. We were not elected into office because they felt like, or they feel like we're young. It is because they know that we're responsible enough to take on this task, and that's why we're in office. So, but for me, at the local government, what drives me is what motivates me clearly is that because I just want to succeed in all that I do. Coming from my previous experiences, I've always given my 101%, to my work, any field I find myself. It's about doing things differently. It's about doing things in ways and manner that will please God, will please you, and please the people around you. And for me, because I'm a God-fearing person, and I put God first in all that I do. And because I know that, so many people depend on me for so many things, I don't want to disappoint destiny. I just want to do my work. I want to do this thing to the best of my ability. And it goes back to the same thing again, that were we giving power because they felt like we were young? No. Because they think or they know that, we're responsible enough to take on the challenges of the local council. And that's why we're elected into office, so we can drive, the party's manifesto, as well as delivering on the dividends of democracy. People would complain that, oh, we don't have good roads. People will complain that we don't have water. People will complain that we don't have good hospitals. People will complain that our kids can't go to school. People will complain that the education sector is bad. But all of this, I keep saying that charity begins at home. At the local government level, we have all of these sectors, from the health sector to the works department, education sector, the environment ministry. We have all of this replicated at the local government level. And my understanding is that we have to deliver on all fronts. When we put everything together, the education, health sector, we know that we must deliver. We shouldn't be found wanting in one. So for me, at the Ikoyi-Obalende LCDA, we've not only done that, we focused on primary healthcare. We built 2 primary healthcare centers in 3 years. We commissioned the second one last year, 2019, June 2019. And to the glory of God, I believe that's one thing that we still pride ourselves in at Ikoyi-Obalende LCDA, because we believe that if we're able to tackle the basic things like malaria and typhoid, you have no business going to the general hospital for issues such as malaria, when these things can be taken care of at the primary healthcare center. Do you understand what I'm saying? So for me, it's about giving back to the community, giving them hope, that keeping hope alive, that making them know that this local government, they are here to function. They are here to do things differently for us. They are here to serve us. And the only way we can serve our people better is to give them the basic things that they need. Give them proper primary health care.
Mr. Chairman.
Education. Yeah.
Mr. Chairman, you have served 3 years. 3 years. Sorry to interrupt you.
Yes.
Would you consider yourself successful?
Well, the term success can be relative. Do you understand? So basically,
based on the parameters you have set for yourself.
So based on what we've said for ourselves, what we have done at Ikoyi-Obalende LCDA is we adopted the SDGs and the Sustainable Development Goals. That was what we did at Ikoyi-Obalende LCDA. And if we were to say, based on the SDGs, Sustainable Development Goals, have we done well? Have we been successful? I would say yes, we've done that, because we focused on 5 key sectors, like on 5 key parts of the SDGs. That's clean water and sanitation. We provided water to the residents of Obalende. Daily, about 100,000 liters of water is being supplied to the residents of Obalende daily. We provided what's it called, education to the people of Obalende. We've provided so many things, in Obalende and Ikoyi. So basically, when you look at all of these parameters, we can say to ourselves that we've done well, because what we have done is we took the Sustainable Development Goals. We took about 5 goals from the SDGs, 17 goals. We took out 5 goals. We focused on the 5 goals, and based on the 5 goals, we took that as our own blueprint to work at the LCDA. So I can say to you that based on that, we have done well, and I can say we're successful on, adopting the SDGs to suit our own purpose at the Ikoyi-Obalende LCDA.
What would you consider, my brother, what would you consider your biggest achievement in 3 years?
If I'm to say anything, it's the fact that I wouldn't say one thing, but what I would say is the fact that we've been able to change the narrative. And the narrative is that there's this thing about local government, quote and unquote, that they don't do anything. So my biggest achievement in office is that the local government are working. So more like we've given like hope to this third tier of government to say these local government are fully functional, they work, and not just that, we work because we get support from the state government as well. And I'll tell you why. I'll give you 2 reasons, and you will understand with me. So what we've done at the Ikoyi-Obalende yesterday, we said, okay, fine. This is an what's it called, Obalende community, for example. I'll use Obalende, then I'll go back to Ikoyi. This is a community, they've not had street lights in 21 years in Obalende. And what we did was we did infrastructure in Obalende. We put street lights everywhere in Obalende. So there was not the power, the problem of power. How are we going to power the street lights? We went back to the state government to say we are going to tap from the IPP through the Lagos State Electricity Board, because they have power. We can provide the infrastructure. We can provide infrastructure, and based on that, Obalende, they now have when it comes to street lights, they have street lights fully functional in Obalende. And that's our partnership, because we partnered with the state government. The state government had something that we didn't have, or we don't have. And what we could do was just to, come up with infrastructure, and we keyed into what the state is doing, the independent power plants. And if you go to Obalende now, the streets are well lit. The streets are well lit. So for me,
I love the fact that you're talking about Ikoyi. I know. Go ahead.
No, sorry, you're going to say something. Sorry.
Yeah, I love the fact that you talked about Ikoyi and Obalende. You happen to be at the center of, when they say the tales of 2 cities, the Ibro area in Ikoyi and the emerging area in Obalende. How do you balance development in the 2?
we do work about Ikoyi and Obalende. Don't forget that Ikoyi is still the most expensive place to live in sub-Saharan Africa. And what we've done in 3 years, in terms of our road network and fixing roads in Obalende, we've upgraded the real estate, added value to the real estate sector in Obalende. Now, prices of homes have gone up about 20-25% in Obalende based on the work that we are doing in Obalende. We are fixing roads in Obalende. Our latest project in Obalende is a 650-meter road, fully done with interlocking cobblestones and all of that, 650-meter, both side drainages. And so with that, people are now, trying to move to Obalende. Obalende to Ikoyi is just about 2 minutes drive, and basically in terms of like real estate, in terms of pricing again, if you're to drive from Obalende to Ikoyi, what you'll be getting in terms of rent, the amount, it's killing, So with what we've done in Obalende, I can say to you that we've improved the aesthetics of Obalende and the living conditions in Obalende. We are not where we want to be yet, but we're getting there. We are not where we want to be, but we're on the road. I think we've seen We know how to go about what we want to do for the people of Obalende and Ikoyi. Don't forget that we just fixed Raymond Njoku Road in Ikoyi as well. We fixed Roman Street in Ikoyi, and we just completed the road rehabilitation of Ikoyi Club Road, and we are moving to Alagbon. We're moving to Alagbon next week. So these are many more things that we want to do for our community, and I believe that we got on our side. We're definitely going to get there. Definitely.
What target have you set for yourself to achieve over the next 1 year of your administration?
To be honest, it's not about, embarking on more projects, but it's to see that we're able to complete what we've started. As I speak to you, we're about 30% done with our area office. That's a new construction area office, because the council itself is not big enough. You can't even accommodate everybody. So we have people merging offices, but when we're done with the completion of the area office, we can have more space. We can function, better with what we're doing, and we have more roads that we're still going to do in Ikoyi-Obalende. Don't forget that even the education sector, back to school for kids. We did something recently. We had to give to students, school sandals, the basic things, school bags, books, writing materials, and all of that, since they've been home, just to support parents. We know that most parents have not been able to make earn a living because as a result of the lockdown. So we've supported parents with what we're doing. So, and my understanding is, we just want to do work. We just want to serve the people, irrespective of where this person is from. If you're a Hausa man, we will make sure we'll cater to you. If you're an Igbo man, we will do for you. If you're a Yoruba man, we'll do everything that we have to do. If you look at Obalende, for example, predominantly, like, you find Muslims living in the community and Hausas living in the community. But we're not saying because you're from the northern part of Nigeria, we're all brothers. We are brothers, we're family. So we have to do things for these people. And it explains that why you find us going to Obalende like 12 midnight, 1 a.m. midnight. We're not scared of anything, because we just want to serve this community. We want to serve this community. So it's not just about working, also getting feedback from the youth as well. Getting feedback, we do needs assessment. We ask questions. What are the kind of projects that you want to see? What do you want us to do for you? We're not just doing things, if someone needs A and we're doing B, it's not working. We've asked questions, critical questions, like, what are the things you want to see in your community? Oh, fine, we need public toilets. We built public toilets for them in Obalende. We built public toilets, like 2 public toilets. I think there's also a new one on Bank Road in Ikoyi, just to cater to, and it takes us back to clean water and sanitation again, the SDGs. So we've not just built public toilets to say it's just a public. We built world-class standard public toilet, where anything you can find outside the shores of this country, you'll find in our public toilets. I can assure you. I can tell you for free. We have ramps to help the physically challenged, mobility issues. We can do these things for them. So we know all of these things. We know the challenges of Ikoyi-Obalende, and we are tackling these challenges, day in, day out.
Okay, so I have a lot of questions for you, Fuad. But before I get into one that really I've been wondering myself is, you are managing a local government that is highly populated by some of the richest individuals in this country, on the continent. I don't know if the right word is, do you get intimidated by them when you, for example, you say, I don't want this on this street, I don't want this person to do this. Do they try to intimidate you and say, it's just a young man, what does this guy know? When you bring in some of your policies, what is the reaction of that community?
No, to be honest with you, our policies are people friendly, are people centric. We don't come up with sorry, Jaguda policies. No, we come up with policies that are going to impact the lives of people. And that's where we've gotten partnerships from the private sector, guys, in Ikoyi-Obalende LCDA, partnerships from residents in Ikoyi-Obalende, within Ikoyi-Obalende LCDA. And I'll tell you, when we talk about public-private partnership, we're not referring to money. We're not referring to people giving the local council money. In terms of partnering with us on projects. And we saw that during the lockdown of COVID, and this different people came, they supported our brand, they supported what we were doing at the local government. And I'll take you back to our street light project. When we started with Ikoyi Club Road. Ikoyi Club Road, we said, we're going to put street lights here, but we can't power the street light. I'm not EKEDC. I can't guarantee power. And what they said was, we are going to power the street lights for you. And I said, well done. And in 2 weeks, We were done with the street light and we connected to Ikoyi Club. We took the same model to Polo Club Road. It worked. We took the same model to Aromire, a private person, resident there, powered the street light for us. We took the same model to George Street and it worked. We took the same model to Okotiebo and it worked. And it's a partnership. They've seen that we want to work, but to support our drive, they have to power the street. So we're not going to say to you, give us money, we want to buy a generator. We don't need the money. Ikoyi-Obalende doesn't need money. For what we need, partnerships, meaningful partnerships. That's all we need. We don't need funds to. These are the things we want to do. How can you help? How can you plug into what we want to do? And during the lockdown, if people, residents that don't even want their names mentioned, donated to our drive. They supported our drive. In terms of the food, daily distribution of food, dry foods, and we were getting things from different people. So it works. It works for us. And for me, I'm going to say to you that I love what we've done at the Ikoyi-Obalende LCDA. The fact that we can walk into different estates within a community and talk to them, engage them on issues that are pertinent to us, on issues born around security, on issues born around the health sector, so we can talk. One of our primary healthcare centers was actually built by a private person that doesn't want his name mentioned.
Wow.
And he said, Fuad, I'm going to support you. And he said, do you understand what I'm saying? So basically, and he said, oh yeah, okay, uncle, these are things we want to do. What do you want here? You know how difficult it is getting lands in Ikoyi-Obalende. The cheapest you will get maybe can come in excess of 200 million. Where do we get that kind of money from? So we had to look for one small shelter somewhere, and we built like a 6-bed space in Obalende just to serve our people. So for me, these are partnerships that work. You don't go up and down with your people and intimidating people, doing double taxation, collecting money that states have already collected from people. Why do you want to kill businesses? In Ikoyi-Obalende LCDA, the first year of business for a new business, we don't collect anything from them. We allow the businesses stabilize before we come for you. Or after a year to say we're going to get what are the things we charge them, radio and TV licensing and all of that. Those are the kind of things that we get from people. Radio, TV licenses, parking fees, and that's about it. So for us at Ikoyi-Obalende LCDA, it's all about partnerships, public-private partnerships. That's the strength. That's what we want to see. We want people to believe in our, and they know that, if we put XYZ in the hands of Mr. Fuad, he's definitely going to deliver. He's not going to put the funds in his pocket. He's going to use the funds judiciously. And for me, that's gratitude. I love that. That they believe in me. They know that I'm going to deliver with whatever it is they put in my hands. And I thank God for that.
Mr. Chairman, what keeps you up at night?
So many things, my brother. So many things, my brother. So many things, Dayo. And I'll tell you, so many things. I leave my house like 2 midnight. I go to Obalende. I go to Ikoyi. I drive around. I'm not scared of anything. Even the policemen, they know me now that this one, chairman, and I drive alone. Just to show you, because there was one time I was having like serious issues with issues of prostitution in Obalende. You find underage girls, on Obalende Road. And for me, it was a big problem. We had to shut down all of the brothels in Obalende.
Wow.
We shut down all of they said, yeah, he can't do it. These brothels have been here for over 30 years, even before they give birth to him. I said, I will show you that I can do it. And we shut them down. They thought we were joking. We shut them down. Everyone didn't fall. Because what you're doing is wrong. You have underage girls doing what they're not supposed to do, and you can't talk to them about it. We shut them down and nothing happened. So for me, it's about my people come first. This is an opportunity to serve. This is an opportunity to do things. This is an opportunity to relate with our people. And you cannot run away from them. I can't run away from these people. I want to leave office when I'm done, and I can still do my exercise on the road, walk around within the community without fear or anything that you start saying, oh, look at this useless man. You were there for XYZ number of years and you didn't do anything, We see our projects, what we've done, what we've achieved in 3 years, and we're very, very happy. We're indeed very happy because of the amount of work that we've put in. And I'm very, very grateful to God that has given us this, Most of our projects, we just simplify projects in Ikoyi-Obalende LCDA. We simplify projects in Ikoyi-Obalende LCDA. So Just like, was the day before yesterday, I was driving around. This was on Monday in the evening, like 7. I went through some streets in Ikoyi, probing in Ikoyi, Latif Jakonde, and so that the entire place was dark, no street lights or anything. Immediately, I called my staff. I said, resume here on Tuesday, go and check what we have to do, see what we can do to put street lights on the street. And I'll say to you that we've started talking to residents on that street. I said, I can guarantee you street lights. If you can, if you give us power, we'll give you street lights. Most of you guys sleep with 300 kV generator, but what we're going to need from your generator is not even up to 2 kV to power 10 street lights. And now, so that conversation now it's somewhat productive, and I know that before the end of next week we should be done with our installations, and it's just for us to plug and play. You know, these are simple solutions to complex situations. Simple solutions to complex situations. So for me, it's about work. For me, it's about giving back to the community. For me, it's about people believing that the local government, the third tier of government, they are here to work. You know, you have no business running to Abuja if your road is bad. You can call on your local government chairman. We have 77 local government roads in Obalende, in Ikoyi-Obalende, 77 local government roads. And the state governor said, local government chairman, focus on the inner roads. Leave the major roads to us. We will do that one. So if you have a governor that's saying focus on the inner roads, is willing to support you. So please tell me, what else do you want now? They've solved my problems. They've powered all of the street lights in Obalende for me. I'm very happy. That's the state governor through the LSCB, Lagos Electricity Board. That's the state governor. So basically, I know there are more projects that we're still going to partner with the state on. You know, and all of this is about, you know, giving people the dividends of democracy. People died for us to have this democracy that we're enjoying today. So many lives were lost. And if we have this opportunity and we can make it work, then it defeats the entire, you know, there was Nadeko at the time.
Yeah.
And, you know, they thought, well, they wanted democracy. And democracy now, people are not even seeing it at the local government level. Then forget it. Then forget it. So for me, it's about work. For me, it's about giving back to our community.
You make local government administration sound like a walk in the park, and you make some people sleepless tonight because they'll probably be wondering what the local government chairperson is doing. Someone says, do you see democracy as expensive at the grassroots level? While you come to that question, you know, I think it's also important that people realize that from what Honorable Fuad has been talking about, is that we can actually fix issues in our society if we have the right kind of leadership, we have the right kind of orientation, we believe that, you know, things can work, and everything rises and falls on leadership. When you have young people and, you know, women who understand the issues and are sold out to the issues, society will be better for it. And, you know, when I see all the great work that you're doing, I am excitedly proud that this is a young man that shows that young people at the point of leadership can make, you know, success, good success in leadership. So while you're going to talk about democracy at the grass level and how expensive it is, in particular, you know, from your experience, today is the World Youth Skills Day. What are you also doing in terms of building capacities of young people for the future of work, or to be able to set up their business and be economically independent and successful?
I'll tell you that just last year, I think I invited you for one of our programs. I think the deputy governor was around as well. So basically, that program, I think that was the third in the series. And what we did was to say it was a business empowerment program. To see how we could support small scale business owners. And to be honest with you, most of the businesses you find around small businesses, you know, small and medium scale enterprises, you know, you find people like doing small business. And we said to ourselves, like, how can we support these businesses? And we went round, our people went round, we did our survey, and people said, okay, all I need is just 5,000 naira for my business to start. And you'll be shocked. 5,000 naira for that's 5,000 naira somebody is definitely going to use to subscribe for data. You understand what I'm saying? 5,000
Yes.
naira, someone is that subscribe for data, but this same 5,000 naira is needed to set up a business. The woman that sells plantain on the roadside, all she has to sell a day is not even up to 5,000 naira.
Yeah.
So if she has 5,000
yeah.
naira, she can make a profit of about 500 naira, and that's what she will use to take care of her family for the day.
Yeah.
So for me, it wasn't about just fixing roads, building hospitals, but we have to invest in people as well. We have to invest in people. How do you invest in people? We invested in their businesses, and these are funds that we are never going to collect back from them. They were grants. Some people got as much as 100,000 naira. Some people got as much as 20,000. Some people got 10,000 naira, depending on the level of the category of your business. You know, they were classified into category A, category B, and category C. So we did all of that just to support businesses, and we didn't stop there. We also did our empowerment program where we train people, the youths, on different sectors. We train youth on different sectors, from if it was the women on makeup issues, you know, manicure and pedicure, you know the hair grooming thing. We did all of that for the women. And for the youth as well, for the guys, what we did was to hook them up with jobs within the local government. So basically, and I'll tell you why. If there's a job someone that lives in Obalende can do, why would I bring somebody how would I make someone come all the way from Badagry to do a job that someone in Obalende can do? No disrespect to anyone, do you understand? But I'm just trying to let you know the distance of coming all the way from Badagry to Ikoyi, whereby you spend hours in traffic. So for me, we've invested in our youth, we've invested in our women. We created a program in 2018. It was called Ikoyi-Obalende YWEB. YWEB is Ikoyi-Obalende Youth and Women Empowerment Program. That was the program we created at the time, to see how we can help businesses, see how we can send people, you know, give them gainful employment, you know, knowing fully well that the minimum wage is about 30,000 naira. But we said, okay, let's see what we can do, how we can support, you know, how we can support these youths. And I'll tell you, some people wanted the job, some people don't want to work. Some people want free money.
Yeah.
Some people want
There's a lot of that in our society.
Some people want free money, but no matter how much you explain to them that you need to put in the work, and they will say no. Once they say chairman, they want, you know. So for me, you know, it's just for us to you know, give back to the community, give back to our people, empower the youth, empower the women. I'm big on women empowerment. I love to empower women. If you put 20,000 naira in a woman's hand, trust me, you come back like one or 2 weeks after, you'll tell you that, oh, she's used the money to do XYZ business. You understand? I love to empower women. And most of our programs, we've empowered women more than we've empowered the men. We've empowered like over 70% of women. Than like maybe for the guys, we've done about 30%. You know.
Okay, so I'm sorry. Why discriminating against the men? They have better responsibility. They have more responsibilities.
No discrimination or anything. There no discrimination, but trust me, we've given women, like, you know, grinding machines for pepper. We've given women different things to do their businesses, and if you go back 6 months after, you see that the business has really grown. So there are days I get to the office and you find market women dropping food stuff in front of me, and I said, no, don't worry. You know, they feel like they have to give me something for what I've done. But I said, it's not my money, it's the government's money we're using to empower you guys. So basically, you need to thank the government. So let us do more, encourage us to do more. So it's not about giving me yam or giving me 2 bags of yam or one basket of tomato. No. Thank us. Thank you. It's not my money. It's the government's money that we're using to empower you. The money we're getting from other people on Awolowo Road doing businesses there, these are the kind of things that we're using to empower you. And for me, it's working. I love it. It's working because you know, the amount of people that will come and disturb you for money has reduced because they've been empowered.
Chairman, is there something that you think that you could have done differently? Is there
I'm losing you, Dayo.
Lesson that you could have said you hope to? Can you hear me now?
Yes, clear now, better now.
Can you hear me? Okay.
Yes, it's better now.
Is there something that you would consider, I don't want to use the word failure or regret, something that you feel that you would do better next time? a lesson that you've learned in leadership.
you know, so the the way
Because
the way
you know, when I sit with leaders a lot, and you know, when I like to hear their success, but I also want to hear what would I do differently. Where did I think that I could have done better that I've learned? Because also people are inspired from the stories of failure or challenge.
you know, for me, and I'll tell you, we came on this job, we came on this job, well prepared for it. Do you understand? It wasn't something that just happened overnight. We're prepared for this job on this journey, and I got my fingers burned quickly, like 2 or 3 months into my administration. Do you understand? And I learned immediately. Immediately, do you understand that the people that you work with they need to be carried along.
Mm.
They need to be carried along. Do you understand? You see, your vision is a mental picture of what's supposed to be the real picture. Do you understand? It's a
Yes.
mental picture, your vision. So basically, I understood my vision, but in communicating my vision to them, cascading this vision, my strategy to them was another thing entirely. So
Mhm.
they didn't
That's
understand. They didn't understand where I was coming from. Do you understand? So it took me a while. So we weren't even, things were not moving the way they were supposed to move. So I had to
Mm.
call an emergency meeting 3 months into. Like, okay, just take it. I'm one of you. Let's have a meeting. Let's talk. Let's just talk. What exactly? you know,
And you
you
know
know.
the
I said,
civil servant will be looking at you and say, "Ẹ jẹ́ kó ṣáà jẹ́ kó máa ṣe tiẹ̀ lọ, ẹ jẹ́ kó máa ṣe tiẹ̀ lọ, nígbà tó bá yá, á
you
padà wá
understand?
bá wa."
You understand? I said, you know what? Let's just talk. Let's talk. Let's talk. Let's talk. I said, okay, what are the things? Now I said, okay, kí ni nǹkan tí màá ṣe? Sorry, Yorùbá. Kí ni nǹkan tí màá ṣe tí inú yóò dùn fún ẹ bá mi sọ̀rọ̀? They're like, no, chairman this, chairman that. I say, sorry, I didn't know. Sorry, I'm sorry. I'll change my ways. And for that was for them. Chairman. So my people came back, they said to me that they say, chairman. That guy is a nice person. I didn't know. How come around you? Just be frowning up and down, frowning and like he's a nice guy. He's a nice guy. So and for me, that was it for me. 3 months into administration, trust me, you must carry people along.
Mm.
If you're leading, you need to look behind you to see that people are following you.
Mm.
Do you understand?
Mm.
So thank God
Mm.
I didn't catch that 3 years after. I got it 3 months. You know,
Yes,
2017. Do you understand? And for
yes,
me, it
yes,
has
yes.
worked. It has worked ever since. It has worked in carrying people along. Everybody, from the civil servants to the legislators and the supervisory councillors. Everybody, the leadership of the party. Everybody, making them understand your plans and your vision and mission for the local council development area is key to your success. And it has worked for me. It has worked. It's worked really well for me. So, and that's just it. Mhm.
I think for me, that is one of my biggest takeaway from this conversation.
Mhm.
Because yes, we've heard about all the great work that you're doing, but you cannot imagine how many people that have learned that one leadership lesson to say, when you have a vision, remember to look back.
Mhm.
Because we can be excited, we can be passionate about what we want to see happen. But if we cannot communicate that vision to
Mhm.
the people around us, we would have a challenge in interpreting that vision and making it a
Definitely.
reality.
Definitely, definitely. Thank God I
And
learned
you know,
quickly.
that's a good thing, and that has helped you across the way. As we begin to wrap up, I want to talk a bit about your relationship with the state government and Mr. Governor. Um, you know, so what is the relationship like between the local government and of course the state government? I don't mean generally, I mean between your local government and the state government.
Mm.
How have you been able to leverage on the fact that you're on the same party and bring opportunities into the local government in that regard?
I'll tell you, Dayo, if you want anything done well at the local government level, you need to humble yourself. Humility is key. in all that we do, you have to be very humble. There's nothing to be proud about. There's nothing. You're the chairman today. You're definitely going to leave tomorrow. Max 8 years. You can't. You understand? 4 years, 8 years, you're out. So humble yourself. You understand? Talk to people. You know, speak to the commissioners. You know, carry them along in issues that's got to do with your local government. We've had issues that I know fully well for the fact that there's no way I can solve this thing by myself, and I've had to engage the services of commissioners of different ministries within the local, within the state government, and it has worked for me. It has worked for me. I think in January I was on a trip to I think to London with
Mr.
Mr.
Governor.
Governor.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
remember that.
with Mr. Governor, and that in itself was like, one experience that I know for a fact that I'm never going to forget. You know, I was able to interact more with his commissioners and more with the essays, and it got me thinking on how and to see how things are done at that level. You know, and for me, it's a good experience, and I've had to leverage on that opportunity I had to travel with with Mr. Governor, and it's something that I'm always going to remember. It was a good experience, and that's the only way we can make it work. Humble yourself, talk to people. And if there's anything you don't know, ask questions. No one has monopoly of knowledge. Ask
Yes.
questions. If you're lost, ask questions. Even the Bible says, "Ask that you may receive." Knock and the door shall be opened unto you. Do you understand? Seek that you may find. So ask. If you don't know anything, ask. Don't just sit there and think like I'm the local government chairman. I'm the local government chairman. I can't go to any commission. I can't go to any. Mr. Man, 4 years, you're done. You're out, and you have nothing to show. You have nothing to show. When I have issues in Obalende, in Ikoyi, for example, with people that are not doing what they're supposed to do, I call on different ministries within the state government. I can call on LABSCA. I can call on the Commission of Physical Plan. I can call on anybody. I call on the SC Education. Do you understand? So I can call on literally everybody within the state to help me with my challenges. Do you understand? So it's not just about doing your work as a chairman, but it's about carrying everyone along. And it has worked for me. If I have issues that I know I can't solve, I run to the state. I give you one example now that the state government through the Lagos State Electricity Board, they're the ones powering the street lights in Obalende for the local government. That's the kind of partnership that we're talking about. I'm not going to keep quiet if I have a challenge. I will speak. I will talk. The mouth is for talking, saying meaningful things. And I'll ask questions so they can solve my problems that they will solve for me. It's also solving Ikoyi-Obalende LCDA's problems. And that works.
So
it works for everyone.
So how would you rate BOS at 1 year?
It's done well. Or this corona is just something else. This COVID-19 is something else. Mr. Governor has done well, but he's done well in terms of he's done well. And I'll tell you why. There were some roads that people have forgotten. In Ikoyi-Obalende, state roads. Just 2 weeks ago, they commenced road repairs in Ikoyi-Obalende. Yeah, state roads.
Thank you, Mr. Governor.
Through the PWC Public Works, Lagos State Public Works and Corporation, and they're doing so much. And you just have to give it to him. As a silent achiever, he's put in so much work. And for COVID-19, he gave all local governments money to support what we're doing. Mr. Governor, I just want to say a very big thank you to him. He supported everybody, supported all 57. He gave everybody, all local government chairmen. He gave us money to support our drive because come on, he's done well. You just have to give it to him. In terms of the way he has attacked, projects, the way he carries people along, it's done well. Give it to him.
So tell us one personal funny experience you've had with Mr. Governor. I always ask many of the state government officials that I bring here about a funny experience with Mr. Governor. Maybe it was during your trip to London. What funny thing has he done around you or with you or for you or to you that you just laugh and say, this man is just an interesting fellow?
No. Because I don't interact with him like daily, but I think way before he became the governor, this was in 2018. I was the chairman of local government then. I had an issue. I think it was still at LSDPC then. So then I called him that. some people were disturbing me and everything. Say, hey, Fuad, show them at the chairman now. You understand? There was a company there somewhere. There was this company there at the time. There was this company, and I think they didn't want to remit taxes to the local government or anything like that. So I had to seek, like, I had to ask questions. I just didn't want to attack them because I was so sure I was familiar with the transaction. So I had to call him, and I said to him, hey, no worries, just show them the chairman of whatever. So I said, so from, yeah, he's a very, very nice person. He plays a lot. So he's a very nice guy. Very nice guy.
I'm not going to ask you if you're going to run for second time. That's not why we're having this conversation. But someone has. Do you think you may have a challenge running second time in office in spite of your achievement? We don't want to talk about if he's going to run or not.
Yeah.
But I think that his vision, or that's talking to the questionnaire, is to be able to ensure that he leaves an impact while in office.
Definitely.
In about a year time, you would have completed your first term. What do you want to be said of you?
I'm leaving legacies. I'm building institutions. I'm building people. I want to leave behind, legacy, things that it was my administration that put XYZ here. And for me, that's something that will go a long way. People will talk about, for years to come. With what we've done in Ikoyi, what we've done in Obalende. So for years to come, people are definitely going to talk about what we've done. And for me, that's a win-win situation for me. It's not about second term or first term or third term. It's about building institutions. It's about building people. It's about capacity development. Human capital development. So it's about putting things that would outlive you. So, and that's what we've done at Ikoyi-Obalende LCDA, and God will continue to strengthen us and give us the right attitude to do right. Yeah. Your mic, Dayo. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Before I let you go, I want to show this video to viewers to see some of the work that you're doing in education. Please, everyone, just bear with us. 1 second. I'm going to just play this video.
Day of Education, marked by the United Nations to celebrate the role of education for peace and development. In Lagos, Nigeria, the LCDA chairman of Obalende Ikoyi, Honorable Fuad Atanda Lawal, uses the day to empower children in public schools with materials needed to launch back to a fresh academic term.
The schools are free, the public schools are free. But to make it easy for parents to send their kids back to school, we need to provide for parents, we need to provide for families. And there's no better way to do this than to buy them school books, school bags, all of the things that they need to function properly in school. Before now, we have been doing this stuff. And we've done like back to school with school uniform, we've done school renovations, we've done a whole lot for students in our community. And we'll continue to do more because education is always going to be that tool you use in bridging the gap between the rich and the poor.
In the LCDA are 11 public primary schools and 3,384 pupils in such a need of back-to-school materials such as uniforms, shoes, bags, books, and others. In giving out these materials, the LCDA boss believes this will reduce Nigeria's rating in the nations with the highest number of out-of-school children in the world.
Parents who send their kids to school, we at the local government level will help. We will support them in every little way that we can to see that their children can stand here tomorrow. They can also be, something in life. They can be the chairman, they can be the governor of this state. But it goes back to education. Education is key. Education is important. And if we're talking about developing this nation, we need to look at the education sector as well to drive that development that we so care for.
With the country having 10.5 million out of school children, according to reports in 2017, these teachers and students are the receiving end are sure grateful.
He has given us lots of things, and I thank Ikoyi-Obalende LCDA for giving us such wonderful education.
The chairman of Ikoyi Obalende has been helpful to the children. The pupils have been seeing the impact in their lives. He has been giving them so many things to improve their learning and other things in the school.
Mary Chinda for Plus TV Africa.
Mr. Chairman,
Thank you,
that is
Dayo.
another. Thank you so much for the great work that you're doing and for
Thank you.
the impact that you're making in the community. Ladies and gentlemen, we have been speaking to the chairman of Ikoyi-Obalende LCDA, Honorable Fuad Atanda Lawal. Thank you so much for the good work that you're doing. There are a lot of comments.
Thank you,
The
Dayo.
Benny H says, a visionary leader making impact and leaving footprint to the side of time. Well done, Mr. Chairman. Olali Kombakwe says, Fuad is working. Jimo Sharafat Amoke and Khadijat Oritoke says, keep up the good work. I'm sure we appreciate you. Please keep doing what you're doing, in particular in ensuring that the impact of the BOS administration and the APC-led government in Lagos State is being felt by everyone in the grassroots. Thank you so much. What's your final comment, Mr. Chairman?
Thank you, Dayo, for having me. And by the special grace of God, we have so much to really, be thankful to God for. We'll continue to do what's in the best interest of our people, and with your support, with the support of the Lord Almighty, and support of the state government and leaders of our party is definitely going to excel in all that we set out to do. So, I'm so proud of you. I'm super proud of you. I'm super proud of all that you're doing, and also to say congratulations on this year appointment as a board member of SUBEB as well. So I know that you're doing work. I've seen what you're doing, and I just want to say a very big congratulations to you as well for all that you're doing. And God will open up doors, windows of opportunities for you bigger than what you're doing now, because you've really used this lockdown period to affect lives positively, and for me it's a plus. And thank you very much, Dayo. Thank you for having me. Thank you, viewers, and thank you for all that you've done. You're doing for the people of Lagos mainland, Dayo. Thank you. Let's leave it
Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow by the grace of God. Mr. Chairman, my best regard to all your team in Ikoyi-Obalende, and we look forward to come there very soon. Goodbye, everyone.